Hey y'all. So today I am going to do something that I recently started doing, which is planning out an entire month's worth of content in one day. Now, there have been multiple times in the past where I would just kind of like wing it when it comes to creating content, especially during like Vlogmas last year. I would kind of just wake up and decide what I want to do that day and then make the video. And that can work for, a short period of time. But after a while, that gets very stressful. So it makes it a lot easier if you know ahead of time what content you're going to create. So today I'm going to walk you through my newfound process and I'm going to do it step by step and we're going to do it together in real time. So let's go. So, first things first, on Fridays, the last Friday of the month, I like to dedicate that day to planning out content for the next month's content schedule. I like going to libraries to work, but I also like going to coffee shops. So today, for this video, I chose to go to a coffee shop, but wherever I'm at, I like to get there. I'll bring like snacks. If I'm at a coffee shop, I'll get a drink, but I like going there, putting my AirPods in, sitting down and just locking in for a few hours. Y'all know that I have a roommate. However, she works. She has a job outside of the home. So it's typically just me there by myself and it's very easy to get distracted. So I like the ambiance of coffee shops and libraries because it's like, yeah, I'm by myself, but there's other people around and it's kind of like a third space in a way where I can just be around other people and, it kind of feels like I'm socializing, but not. And we're all there like in our own little world, just getting work done. So about to go in and get to work. So let's go. All right. So, tip number one to creating a month's worth of content, you need content pillars. If you've never heard of that before, content pillars are basically just like ideas or themes that your channel or your platform is based around. So, I have pillars. My pillars are financial transparency, being a small business owner, home ownership. Sometimes I talk about my house and things just for homeowners, and then also just lifestyle in general, which is basically like anything else I want to talk about. Pillars matter because it makes it that much easier to come up with ideas. Because without pillars, you're kind of just like, hmm, what should I talk about? And you just have to like rack through your brain to come up with ideas. But if you have pillars, you're literally just coming up with ideas for whatever that pillar is. So it really helps you to be able to come up with video ideas on the spot. So if you don't have your own pillars yet, that is homework number one. Come up with 3 to 4 main topics for your channel. Tip number two, decide what platform you're actually going to be posting on. And this sounds obvious, but it's something that you really should think through because not all platforms are created equal, and most content creators are going to be posting on multiple platforms. So let's say you want to make a short form video and you're thinking about posting it on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts. Well, that video that's on TikTok, you can use any music with that. However, if you want to use it on YouTube Shorts, that video may get flagged if you're using the wrong type of music. Also, if your YouTube Shorts is more than a minute long, then you can't use YouTube's music. So each platform has its own little like nuances, I guess you could say, that makes them different, which will change how you upload videos to that platform. And then also, if you're thinking about like, oh, I'll make a YouTube video that's going to be 10 minutes long. Well, if you want to cut that down to a YouTube short, how are you going to do that? These are all things that you want to think about ahead of time. Which platform are you going to use it for? Or is it something that potentially could be repurposed across multiple platforms? While we're on the topic of being organized, let's talk for a second about the money side of having a content business. This video is sponsored by Melio. So, as an entrepreneur, as you continue to grow, it'll be more and more normal for you to have to hire other people. Things like maybe a virtual assistant or an accountant or even an editor. Melio is a tool that allows you to pay contractors and vendors, and the setup is really, really easy. You can pay any vendor with a credit card, even if that vendor doesn't accept credit cards. So let's say, for example, a contractor only takes bank transfers. That's okay. You can still put it on your card, and then Melio will handle it on their end, and that contractor will still get paid the way that they normally would. And your vendor doesn't even need to sign up for Melio in order for it to work. So you can be racking up reward points on your credit card for expenses that you are already going to pay for anyway. Plus, you get up to 45 days before that money leaves your bank account. The other thing I really like is the mobile app. So, like nowadays, you can do business anywhere. Like, look at me. I'm literally sitting here in a coffee shop right now. So, if you need to approve a payment on something, you can just do it from your phone. You get a notification, approve it, then move on with your day. Oh, and the speed options are really nice too. Depending on how quickly you need to get someone paid, you can choose card payment, same day ACH, or instant transfer. If you're running your own business and juggling paying different people, go ahead and check out Melio. Try it yourself for free. Go to the link and schedule your first payment today. Okay, back to planning. This is tip number 3. And I honestly think that people skip this one the most. You actually need to have a goal for your content before you start filming. What do you want people to do after they watch the video? Was the whole point just for you to get views on the video? Or are you trying to get people to sign up for your newsletter? Are you trying to get people to click a link in your description box? Like, what was the point of the video? It's really helpful to know that ahead of time before you start filming. So, like, if you want people to sign up for your newsletter, but you never mention the newsletter in the video, why would they sign up for the newsletter? You have to actually talk about that in your video. So if you don't decide the goal of the video first, you're literally just kind of like hoping that something happens. And hope, while important to have, is not a strategy, y'all. Tip number 4, write things down. It's really helpful if you have like a visual outlook on what you're going to do for that month. For me personally, I primarily use Notion as my content calendar, which I'll show y'all in a second. If you're more of an actual paper type of planner, the Daily has a really good planner. I use that as well. I just like having a digital version so that I can, carry it anywhere. And then there's lots of different like software that you can use too. Like there's a lot of different options, things that will not only help you plan, but like will schedule the content to go out for you so that it'll like automatically go out. Like Buffer is a good example of that. There's not really like a wrong answer. Just pick whatever works best for you. Tip number 5, look at your old content. So before I plan anything new, I go into my analytics and I see what happened last month. I want to see what videos performed the best, what videos flopped, which videos had the most engagement. I want to see all the analytics and I'm going to use that to figure out what I should create next. Because if a video flopped, there's no point in making more videos like that. Like for me, my lowest performing series is like my favorites video, and so I considered like not making them anymore, but then my core audience was like, "No, we love them." So I still do the favorites. Um, but if it wasn't for like my core audience liking those videos, I wouldn't keep doing them. However, when I look at my like highest performing videos, I see, okay, so a lot of people like that, not just my core audience. It brought new people into the channel. How can I double down on that? How can I continue talking about the same thing since that is what worked? It's kind of like you don't have to reinvent the wheel. If something already worked, how can you use that same thing again, just from a different angle or like continuing the story somehow? Many creators make the mistake of kind of just like moving on to the next idea instead of saying, wait, why did that one video do so well? And how can I do more of that? So don't make that mistake. If you see something doing well, double down on it. And now that I think about it, tip 5 should probably be tip 1 because in order of operations, you should probably be looking what did well and then use that to determine what goes next and then do all the stuff. So hopefully you stay to the end of the video so that you caught that. So that's it. That's the whole process. Look and see what did well next month so that you know what to do moving forward. Decide your pillars, decide what days you're going to post in the platform, and then write it down so that you have a visual reminder of what you're going to be doing every day. And I'm telling you, once you start doing this, it will just make everything easier because you won't be like frantic trying to figure out a new idea. Instead, you just look at your calendar and you already know what you're supposed to be filming. And me, I like doing this every month, but if you want to start doing this like weekly, that can also work. I just like looking at things from like a month long perspective. So that's why I do it every month. So now I'm about to sit here and take my own advice and actually plan out for the month of September. We'll see how long it takes. I'll probably put it somewhere on the screen. But if this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And if you watched it all the way to the end, leave a coffee emoji. I always like to see who watches to the end of the video because in my mind, then that means that this video is really helpful if someone watched the whole thing. So yeah, leave some comments down below. Make sure you are subscribed because we're trying to hit 100,000 subscribers this year. Other than that, I will see you in the next video.